Samsung's One UI has always been celebrated for its fluidity, but One UI 8.5 hides tiny, almost invisible changes that transform the way you interact with your phone. From opening apps to switching tabs, scrolling through notifications, or even adjusting brightness, the differences aren't obvious, but they subtly reshape your experience. These are the tweaks that most reviewers overlook, and honestly, they have a bigger impact than you think. Today, we're going deep, uncovering hidden upgrades, quiet downgrades, and behind-the-scenes decisions that make One UI 8.5 feel surprisingly different. Before we dive in, if you love finding hidden tech details that brands never highlight, smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more insider deep dives. Also, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Different regions often notice different things in Samsung software, and I'd love to see how far this content reaches. Let's start with app opening and closing animations. On One UI 8, apps feel fast, but a bit stiff. You tap, the app opens, and the motion feels mechanical, functional, but uninspired. Now, switch to 8.5. The app launches slightly faster at the beginning and eases out gradually at the end. It's a subtle speed curve, but your brain notices it. Even if you don't consciously realize it, the app feels lighter, more alive. Closing an app? One UI 8.5 adds a tiny fade on the background. It's almost imperceptible, yet it gives the sense that the phone is thinking along with you rather than just obeying commands. Moving on to recent apps. At first glance, 8 and 8.5 look identical. But in 8.5, swipe a notification or close an app, and the remaining apps subtly shift, almost like a ripple in water. On 8.0, everything remains static. This tiny tweak does something fascinating. It improves your cognitive tracking. You can actually follow multiple apps more intuitively. This is one of those changes that's invisible in screenshots or slow-motion videos, but instantly felt when you're swiping dozens of times a day. It's almost like Samsung polished the invisible mechanics behind the glass. The quick panel and notifications hide some of the sneakiest upgrades. Swipe down a notification in 8.5, and the other notifications slightly move, creating a ripple or reaction effect. It doesn't affect functionality, but makes interacting with notifications more engaging and alive. The brightness bar, too, has been reworked. It now moves from vertical to horizontal more smoothly, reducing overshoot when adjusting brightness quickly. Smart View and toggles in the quick panel also respond more naturally, with subtle easing and spring effects. Small changes, but they transform a mundane interaction into something more tactile and satisfying. Now let's talk gestures, which is where 8.5 shines. On One UI 8, the backswipe gesture must be enabled in labs, and while functional, it feels mechanical. On 8.5, it's on by default, and there's a slight curve in the animation. The app seems to bend and glide as you swipe back. It's such a small addition, but it changes the feel dramatically. Your interactions stop feeling like commands and start feeling like conversations between you and your device. Even home screen animations received quiet upgrades. Press and hold an icon in 8.5. Icons respond with a soft, elastic bounce. Open a folder. It unfolds more naturally, almost like a spring releasing tension. In One UI 8, these animations exist but lack personality. They work, but they don't delight. Samsung isn't just updating visuals here. They're enhancing emotional feedback. Every bounce, ripple, and curve subtly communicates this is alive, this is reactive, this is smart. The calculator and clock apps also have hidden improvements. In 8.5, pressing keys triggers small, smooth animations, giving the interface a soft, playful feel. Switching tabs in the clock app or timers now feels more natural and responsive, while live widgets like weather or clocks subtly move in organic ways. Even small adjustments like these contribute to a perception of premium quality. On paper, it's minor. In practice, it makes your brain enjoy the interaction. But One UI 8.5 isn't perfect. Some timers and notifications animate less intuitively than in 8.0. In certain edge cases, 8.0's simpler animations actually feel faster. This shows that Samsung is experimenting, and not every change lands perfectly. It's almost like watching a designer tweak a luxury car suspension. Tiny adjustments can either smooth the ride or make it feel odd. You start to notice which tweaks improve your daily interactions and which ones might need refinement. Unlocking the phone is another area with quiet changes. In 8.5, notifications, widgets, and home screen elements cascade into view rather than popping instantly. This layered animation subtly guides attention, showing what matters first without overwhelming the user. In One UI 8, everything just appears functional but lacking depth. This is one of those changes you only truly appreciate after several days of use, when your brain starts to anticipate and enjoy the motion. Even edge cases like timers, alarms, or system notifications show interesting tweaks. When you start a timer in 8.5 and navigate to the home screen, the timer subtly animates into its live notification spot. In 8.0, it snaps into place. Small? Yes. Impactful? Surprisingly so. Over hundreds of interactions, your phone starts to feel alive, responding to you rather than just obeying commands. Another hidden change lies in app transitions inside apps. Swiping between tabs, opening settings, or switching Smart View now uses slightly curved easing. This reduces motion fatigue over time and makes the UI feel smooth in ways you didn't even know were missing. Even the choice of animation speed has been tuned to match human attention patterns, another quiet layer of thoughtfulness. The key takeaway here is that One UI 8.5 isn't about flashy new features. It's about subtle refinements that make the interface feel lighter, more responsive, and alive. The ripple effects, curved gestures, layered unlocks, and soft bounces may seem minor, but over weeks of daily use, they completely reshape how you perceive your phone. So what do you think? Did you notice these subtle animation differences? Which tiny tweak impressed you the most? Or do you prefer the simplicity of 8.0? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to see if people from different regions experience these changes differently. Your feedback might uncover hidden patterns we didn't even know existed. Samsung's quiet philosophy with One UI 8.5 is fascinating. Instead of shouting about features, they're investing in the feel. It's a preview of what future UI refinements could look like. More attention to micro-interactions, more subtle gestures, more thoughtfulness behind every swipe. Every little ripple, curve, and bounce adds up to a more intelligent, responsive experience that makes your phone feel more like an extension of yourself rather than just a tool. If you replay this video, watch for details you might have missed. The subtle fade in app closures, the elastic icon bounces, the cascading unlock animations. Each time you watch, you'll notice something new. Proof that One UI 8.5 is full of hidden animation secrets that reward the observant. And that's exactly what makes it exciting. Every swipe could reveal a tiny, elegant surprise you hadn't noticed before. So next time you pick up your phone, take a moment to watch how it moves. The ripples, the bounces, the curves, they're all there for a reason. And Samsung is quietly perfecting the art of motion design with each release, pushing us to appreciate the invisible layers beneath the screen.